Hi people, so in this video we are going to talk about the real syllabus of UGC NET English Literature exam. Guys देखिए, कोई भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की अगर हम तैयारी करते हैं तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो द सिलेबस ऑफ दैट एग्जाम. अगर आपको सिलेबस ही नहीं पता होगा तो हाउ वुड यू प्रिपेयर फॉर दैट एग्जाम. आपको एक गाइडलाइन नहीं मिलेगी, एक ब्लूप्रिंट नहीं मिलेगा इन ऑर्डर टू स्टार्ट द प्रिपरेशन ऑफ दैट एग्जाम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपको घर में अपनी मदर के लिए केक बनाना है, यू डोंट नो द मेथड और यू डोंट नो द इंग्रेडिएंट्स, देन क्या आप सोच सकते हैं कि आप एक अच्छा केक बेक कर पाएंगे? सिमिलरली, अगर हमें एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन के लिए एक सिलेबस नहीं पता है तो हम कहीं ना कहीं अपनी प्रोग्रेस को ट्रैक ही नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप, नोइंग द सिलेबस. Now, when I cleared my NET exam, this was the most prominent and the most common question I was being asked. कैसे प्रिपरेशन करी, what all books did you refer, how did you make your notes? So these were the questions that were being asked. But सबसे ज्यादा and सबसे commonly मुझसे यही पूछा गया था कि how did you prepare, what was the syllabus? So then I realized this thing that there are so many YouTube channels running for IAS, for CAT, for GATE, for CA, CS. But बहुत कम ऐसे YouTube चैनल है जो UGC NET English Literature के लिए कैसे आप प्रिपेयर करें इसके बारे में आपको बताते हैं. सो आई टुक दिस इनिशिएटिव दैट लेट मी स्टार्ट अ चैनल एंड लेट मी शेयर माय एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड हाउ डिड आई प्रिपेयर एंड क्लियर्ड माय UGC NET English Literature. So if you would like to get notified about the videos that I would be posting, and if you want to boost your NET preparation, then do subscribe to my channel and share the videos with your friends so that they too can get inspired and they too can start preparing for UGC NET English Literature. So guys, when I started with my NET preparation, the first and foremost thing that I did was I called and I met all those people who are in this field and who I thought would guide me on how I should start preparing. So I met my mentors, my lecturers, other fellow friends who were also preparing for UGC NET English Literature, and I asked them this question that what is the preparation strategy, like how should I start preparing? And they all had this very common notion that why don't you just go and revise the PG and the UG level syllabus. See guys, I would not deny that revising the UG and PG syllabus is not important, but then what did I found out when I looked at the UG and PG syllabus and then at the previous year question papers, that this strategy you have to adopt will be very different. देखिए, आप जब भी यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पे कोई भी एग्जाम देते हैं, so you actually have this thing in mind that the paper would be subjective and you need to write essay type answers, a 20 marker answer of about 6-7 pages. While on the other hand, when you prepare for UGC NET English Literature, the paper is objective. So you need to completely change your strategy. आप TS Eliot की wasteland अगर 20 marker के हिसाब से पढ़ रहे हैं, तो you would keep in mind some other points in order to draft an essay, whereas when you're preparing T.S. Eliot's Wasteland from NET point of view, you need to completely have a different vision. You need to look at the wasteland from a very different lenses. So this strategy would not work. Okay, the same I also did because I was experimenting at that time when I was preparing for my UGC NET. But then after 15 days, I realized this thing that just revising the UG and PG syllabus would not help me to crack NET. Though I was a topper in my university, so everybody had this confidence in me that तुम तो एक बार में निकाल लोगी. But then guys, understand this thing. Being a topper in a university and clearing a national level exam is a very different story. Okay, so I dropped this idea. The second thing I did was I downloaded the syllabus from the CBSE website. Now the problem with their syllabus is that it is very indicative. It will give you just a brief overview about what you have to study. But then once you look at the syllabus and then you look at the question paper, the same problem comes that how should I look at all those topics written in the syllabus from exam point of view? For example, they have mentioned American literature. Now, American literature में आप पढ़ना चाहे तो there are more than 500 writers. But हमें 500 writers नहीं पढ़ने होते. So you only have to look at those writers which are important from exam point of view. Similarly, they have given this topic rhetorics and prosody. Now, rhetorics and prosody अपने आप में इतना बड़ा टॉपिक है कि आप चाहें तो आप 5 साल तक पढ़ते जा सकते हैं. बट CBSE की प्रिपरेशन, UGC NET एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन के लिए हमारे पास सिर्फ 6 महीने होते हैं. In that 6 months, we need to cover the entire syllabus. So you need to play smart. So what I did was that I started with previous year question papers. I downloaded question papers from 2004, like all question papers from 2004 and paper 3 from 2012, because before that paper 3 was subjective. So then till 2017 I had about 40-45 question papers. What I did next was that I made a list of all the writers and all the works that have been asked in all the previous year question papers. So after this, segregation, I got about a list of 1,000 writers. So I was very terrified कि 1,000 writers कैसे पढ़ेंगे, and there were so many writers out of those 1,000 which I had never knew. Ray Bradbury, I never knew any writer called Ray Bradbury existed in American literature. So the task was huge, but I was a very passionate girl about, when it comes to English literature, and just like Virginia Woolf, I too believed in that thing that, literature is my utopia. So I knew that I have to clear this exam and then I have to strategize also. So what I did was, after receiving that list of writers and works, I segregated all those writers into 10 modules, and then I created my own customized syllabus, and that syllabus I shall be sharing with you in this video. But then since I cannot share the entire thing, I would recommend that you can just go to my website www.arpitakarwa.com, and you'll find all the modules with all the writers that I have included in each and every module listed there. Have a look and then start your preparation for UGC NET English Literature. So let's start. I'll quickly take you through all the 10 modules, and I'll also do detailed videos about each and every module, so you can subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notified every time I post a video on any of these modules or on any of these writers from NET point of view. Okay, so the very first module is British literature. British literature will have more than 300 writers, so you need to play very smart. You need to look at some writers in very depth, whereas on other writers you just have to look at the on the surface level. The second thing is that British literature को आपको further classify करना होगा according to ages. Okay, we'll have a detailed video about how you can categorize on the basis of ages, and if you want to look at the further classification of British literature, you can go to my website and look at the list given under module 1. The second module we'll be touching is American literature. Third module that we are going to touch is post-colonial literature. Now post-colonial literature is very important because recently जो नेट में changes हुए हैं उसके बाद में काफी सारे question post-colonial literature से आते हैं. Again, post-colonial literature पे you won't find any book, so you need to make your own customized notes. What I used to do is that I used to devote about 10 to 12 hours making notes and then 3 to 4 hours memorizing that notes. Okay, so for you guys, I have audio online course wherein I'll be teaching all these writers in detail, looking them from NET point of view, summarizing each and every important work of those writers and talking about what all kind of questions are being asked repeatedly from those writers. For example, Harold Pinter की अगर हम बात करते हैं, so Harold Pinter का we all have read Caretaker or Dumbwaiter, but hardly anybody knows कि उसके first starting के 4 plays कौन से थे. And नेट में ये question frequently आता है कि arrange the plays in chronological orders. So you need to look at Harold Pinter from that point of view as well. Then you might get questions like Jane Eyre जो है उसकी book का prequel किसने लिखा है. So we have Jean Rice ने White Segura Sea. So you need to find the link between these writers. So for that I'm providing audio online course wherein you'll get detailed notes, audio lectures on each and every writer. Okay, fine. So let's move back to module number 4. We have already covered 3 modules: British literature. We have done post-colonial literature, we have done American literature. The 4th module is European literature. Again, the same problem, we don't have any specific book. So you need to make your own notes from different books, from different websites, from different YouTube videos. Okay, the 5th module is Indian literature. Finally, after 4 modules, we land in India. And in Indian literature also, you need to look at the Indian novelists, Indian poets and Indian dramatists. Then, as well as you need to look at Indian aesthetic, the Indian theatre theory, Bharat Muni, Anant Vardhana, all these people will come in here. Also, you need to look at Indian writing in translation. Who has translated Upanishad? Who has translated Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita for the first time? So, all these things will fall under this module. Till the time you complete first 5 modules, according to what I teach in my online classes, I would cover about 800 writers. कई writers को बहुत detail में, कई writers को बहुत surface level पे, according to the weightage given by UGC in the NET exam. Then coming on to the sixth module is literary criticism. Criticism में there would be critics that you've not even heard of, because criticism हमें कभी भी college level पे detail में नहीं पढ़ाया जाता या university level पे detail में नहीं पढ़ाया जाता. So there would be critics like Thomas Aquinas, Dante, Boccaccio, जिनको हमें detail में पढ़ना है. Then we have literary theory. Literary theory is something which scares people very much, but I'll tell you guys, मैं खुद बहुत डरी हुई थी लिटरेरी थ्योरी से, बट व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर यूजीसी नेट मैंने सबसे पहले लिटरेरी थ्योरी किया, बिकॉज आई हैड दिस थिंग इन माइंड दैट आई हैव टू ईट द अग्लीस्ट फ्रॉग फर्स्ट. सो आई डिड द लिटरेरी थ्योरी पार्ट एंड मैंने कोई एक बुक रेफर नहीं करी, बिकॉज फर्स्ट आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग पीटर बैरी एंड प्रमोद के नायर, एंड आई फाउंड आउट कि I am having so many questions popping up in my head while I'm reading those books, and I had no guide to help me out with those questions. So I subscribed to some YouTube channels, and then I subscribed to Yale University online course. I also subscribed to few websites, and then I was studying the same theory from 5-6 places so that I can get this conceptual clarity. So theory में that is very important. In my audio lecture course I'm doing this, that at least वो मेहनत आपकी बच जाए कि आपको मुझे जो 10-12 घंटे लगते थे एक थ्योरी को समझने में, वो मैं आपको आधी घंटे में समझा पाऊँ बहुत क्लियरली एंड बहुत एक छोटे से क्रिस्प एंड क्लियर फॉर्मेट में. Then coming on to the 7th module, we have literary terms and devices. Now we need to play very smart. Net वालों का एक पैटर्न है, वो कुछ questions को repeat करते रहते हैं. They would not talk about each and every literary device, but they would talk about some particular literary device every time, every year in the paper. Similarly, in rhetorics and prosody, in the part of prosody, you need to know what is iambic pentameter, what is blank verse, because हम बोल तो देते हैं this poem is in iambic pentameter. We hardly know what is meter, what is iambic pentameter, what is blank verse, what is heroic couplet, what is spondy rhyme, what is masculine rhyme. So all these questions would be answered under this module. The 9th module is literary groups and movements. Very important point. People don't categorize it as a module, but there have been various questions from this module. So like each and every age, in each and every age you find so many groups and literary movement running in different part of the world. We have transcendentalism, at the same time we have lake poets. When we come to modern, we have imagism coming in, we have beat generation, we have lost generation. So many different literary movement. You should know who was the founder, then who were the dramatist or the poet falling under this category. So this is how you prepare for literary movement. In my module you will find about 50 or 60 literary movements and groups. Okay, you can have a look at the website. You'll find all the literary groups listed one by one, so that you will know how to start preparing. The 10th module is teaching of English language. Very important module. In this module we'll be covering about different strategies on how to teach ESL, that is English as a second language. I am a soft skill trainer, so I know that when I teach spoken English to people who are not having literature or English as their mother tongue, it's very difficult, so you need to strategize, you need to use different other methods in order to teach them how to speak. So there are various ways: direct method, grammar method, and then we have silent way. So these questions are coming up in UGC NET paper every year, so we need to look at these questions as well. Also in this module we'll look at the popular dictionaries and what all popular magazines are there when it concerns as concerning to English literature. Also in this module I have put in all those miscellaneous things which are not falling in any other module. So once you are through with the 10 module course, you are actually very well prepared for the exam, and then you can start revising also, because it is important. See, revision is the key. I did my graduation in English literature, as in my subsidiary subject was psychology. So I know how mind functions and how you can boost your mind to remember more data. Like you can remember 5 times more than you think. Okay, so all those strategies, while I was making my own notes, I used to use mnemonics and mind maps in those notes so that I can remember well. So the same thing I'll be teaching you while if you subscribe to my online classes also, because it's very important. Not knowing what to study but how to study is equally important. Fine. So in this video we have discussed 10 modules. You can subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified about all the other videos that I keep posting, and I can help you with your exam preparation. Also at the same time share it with other NET aspirants so that they can also be benefited from the module structure I have discussed. At the same time, please do go on my website and check the course. It is very important. If you know the course, you are halfway through. अगर आपको पता चल जाता है आपको क्या पढ़ना है तो from the next day you can start preparing. Okay, and give this video a thumbs up if you like the video. I'll catch you later. Till then, happy learning. Bye bye.